Hello, I'm Ryan, and for the first show of October this season, I figured it would be a genius idea to find a free scary game to get you in the mood for the best month of the year. I went to itch.io, an indie horror game website, to see what new games were trending. What I found looked like it was going to be the holy grail of horror games. The game I'm talking about is called Chucky. That's right, it's just a game about the killer doll from the Child's Play franchise. You may know him as the villain from such prestigious movies such as Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky, or maybe you just know by word of mouth. Either way, this game was sadly a disappointment. You start the game in your room and see that the good guy doll box is empty. The power is out and you have to go turn it on when your character suddenly sees Chucky in the hallway. You never see Chucky physically move, but he does move from spot to spot, and as you're going to turn on the power, he just keeps going around the house. Once the power is on, you see Chucky sitting outside of your parents' room with blood spilling through the bottom of the door. I think you can kind of guess what happened in there. Chucky springs to life, and the rest of the game is about you trying to escape using keys, a passcode, and then leaving through a cellar door in the basement to somehow end up in a cemetery where you make a summoning circle and burn Chucky. As a horror fan, he's gone through worse. He'll definitely come back from that. On paper, this game sounds like a great concept. The execution, though, not so much. I've never played a game with so many bugs. This game is supposed to take 30 minutes max, yet I found myself having to restart each run because of items that wouldn't spawn or doors that wouldn't open. Fear and tension were not on the agenda in making this game. I only got scared once, and it wasn't even at a scary point. It was the transition to a cutscene of Chucky walking towards you. Whoa. How did that scare me? It was literally just a jump cut. Oh. Rather, this game made me feel annoyed and confused because it never had any good jump scares and leaned way too heavily on the idea that a polygonal render of Chucky chasing you while you look for keys and codes would be tense all on its own. There are a few positives though. The music was very good. It felt like a classic 80s synth horror song, and as someone who adores 80s horror, it made the experience much more enjoyable. Chucky as a whole was also a huge plus. For what it's worth, he didn't look too bad. His model was rough around the edges, but overall looked exactly like Chucky. They even used sound effects from the movies. And I'm sure Chucky's actor Brad Dourif would be honored, but it's amazing to me that Universal Pictures hasn't sued the creators of this game yet. Definitely breaks some copyright laws. Overall, this game isn't great. Did I at least have a decent time? Yes. If you're a die-hard horror fan like me, you will like this game, but for the average Joe, this game will bore you faster than you can say Ade du Dumbala. Normally I'd give this game 0 out of 5 stars, but because I'm biased and love the Child's Play franchise, I have to give this game 1 out of 5 stars. While Chucky is a fun concept, it suffers from the same fate that most free horror games suffer from. There's no budget. While this truth may be common among free horror games, there are still some that break this stereotype. An example would be the next game I played. The game was called Sentient. In this game, you find yourself in a box with only a ball. You are part of an experiment and have to follow the constant stream of guidelines given to you on the wall. Eventually, you're introduced to a creature that is labeled as your neighbor. It's a strange experience, but a good one. Like Chucky, the music creates an eerie ambiance. This game knows how to put you on edge with its music better than what Chucky did. Like Chucky, Sentient confuses the player, but instead of with bugs and glitches, it does so with its mysterious plot that makes you question if you missed something or if the story is just that weird. I would even liken Sentient to how I first felt watching Inception. Lost, but thoroughly enjoying myself thanks to its style and flow. What's even more impressive is that Sentient isn't even a full game. It's a demo. It was made in 2 weeks. I give this game 5 stars. So if you're looking for a good, free, scary game to play this Halloween season, I highly recommend you check out Sentient. Check out Chucky too, but just understand that you're getting yourself into something not so good. Now on to the next segment.